The YouTuber Twomad has died at the age of 23. Welcome to Shit of the Week. Now, some of you might be wondering why I'm not in the normal setup at the minute. I'm pretty sick, so I'm having to sit down on my chair. I can't stand up for too long, otherwise I end up getting into a coughing fit. Anyways, today is more of a serious topic. I wanted to talk about the death of Twomad. Now, for those of you that don't know who Twomad is, let me just briefly explain who he was and what he did. Twomad was a YouTuber / streamer who was always full of energy and very bubbly. He was well known for his memes, like the "Good night, girl, I'll see you tomorrow" meme.
Good night, girl, I'll see you tomorrow.
He also used to be a massive internet troll. He became popular way back in 2018, getting up to about 2 million followers, which gained him attention from big streamers and big YouTubers alike. Everybody ended up knowing who Twomad was, unless you were living under a rock. Now, love him or hate him, he was very popular at the time. That was until the allegations started coming out. Now, this is about 6 months ago now. The allegations started coming out about him, and these allegations stem from being sexually abusive and also harassing a girl called Goldie Bell. Now, eventually, it ended up being a lot more than Goldie Bell, and a lot more people started coming out, which is normally the case when these things happen. It's never normally just one person. Now, this made Twomad very disliked in the community, which is a shame because when he first started, he seemed like a bit of a breath of fresh air to the platform. I personally used to be a fan of Twomad until he kind of went on his downward spiral and I stopped watching him. After all these allegations came out, you would think that Twomad would go quiet or just stay off the internet. But he did the complete opposite. He ended up taking to Twitter and posting about 20 posts a day, just rambling, complete nonsense. It got to the point where YouTubers started making videos on it, and even I had to unfollow him because my whole feed was just Twomad's tweets constantly back and forth. Now, don't get me wrong, Twomad back in the day was a bit of a troll and he'd do things like this and it'd be funny, but there's a line, you know, where it's funny and then it's not funny anymore. Clearly there was a problem here. There was a lot of speculation around drug taking because his behavior seemed to change. All the people that knew him before have said that he wasn't like what he used to be, even to the point of people actually taking a step away from him. You know, people didn't want to associate with Twomad anymore because of his behavior. And this brings us to where we're at right now. On the 13th of February 2024, Twomad was found unresponsive in his house due to a possible overdose, and he was only aged 23. Now, this is obviously incredibly sad for somebody so young to pass away so early, and obviously somebody with such potential to pass away so soon. But the internet kind of saw it differently, as obviously they would. Now, I was kind of taken aback by how everybody kind of came out about this situation, because not 10 minutes afterwards, there was a huge allegation dropped against him. And this came from a guy called Jameskii, who also has about 2 million subscribers. And this is what Jameskii put. "I can finally say it. Twomad was a rapist and a pedophile. Over the last few years, he tried to murder me multiple times for helping the police and detectives in multiple states to investigate a lot of horrible things he's done. He wanted to take out multiple innocent lives by getting behind the wheel and going head-on freeway while being high on illegal drugs. He didn't succeed once he had overdosed before killing anybody, so he tried it again. Despite him trying to murder me and multiple innocent lives, I've been trying to help law enforcement make sure he's safe, doesn't get hurt and doesn't harm anybody. Please remember that he's a rapist and a pedophile. He continued to prey on the vulnerable even after police got involved, including a 13-year-old in mental hospital. The tragedy doesn't excuse any of his actions. I will address a lot of stuff when I fully collect my thoughts. Past few months have been a total mess and a reason why I ended up in ER. Please give me some time." Now, personally, if all that's true, yes, it's completely fucked up and what a piece of shit. But at the same time, I can't help but think, why drop that 10 minutes after he has died? Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to be on my case about that, and that's completely fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but, and this isn't to protect Twomad himself, it's more for the family's sake, you know? Like, think about it this way. Somebody's kid has just died, right? No matter what you thought about that kid, it's still somebody's kid. You're coming out of all this stuff now. Why didn't you do this sooner? Is the question. Maybe he had something against you, and that's why you couldn't. Who knows? But it just seems a bit sus, it all coming out 10 minutes after he has died. Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. That doesn't excuse the fact that if this is true, then that's disgusting. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, that excuses him being dead, excuses the fact that he might have been a pedo. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is maybe give the family a fucking break for a minute. Now, after jameskii released this, Minx got involved. Now, Minx is also a big streamer who was friends with Twomad years ago, but had a lot of issues with him. Apparently, he tried to do something to her. I don't really know the ins and outs of it. I think it was to do with assault, and she put her opinion out there. I have had several horrific and scary actions with Twomad, but it was clear he was mentally ill and didn't accept it. He wanted to keep taking drugs to feel better, but when I met him, he was a chill and a nice person. She also responded to jameskii and put, as someone who experienced it firsthand and spoke about it, I think this tweet is fucking insane. Not even 10 minutes after they announced he's passing, which I think is completely fair. jameskii then replied with, just got a full confirmation that I can tell the public you actively interfered with investigations and assisted Twomad by revealing him confidential information provided by the authorities, and that you also encouraged him to kill himself for hours, days before the tragedy. You even talked about it on streams. Minx then responded, the only way I could have interfered in investigations is the reports I made to the LAPD of him stalking/threatening me and mentioning other cases. Show your proof, lad. Also, asked the police to do something and they said until it's a break and enter, they can't do anything. This is one image from the lawsuit. Can I show the rest? She goes on to show all the no caller IDs and pictures of Twomad holding a weapon. She then ends it with saying, Twomad's passing was a shock that no one was prepared for, and despite the fact he was an absolute dickhead, I was shocked to see people jump to slander him without even mourning his death or thinking about his family. Even being a victim of him myself, I just still think his family should have been considered. You can disagree with me there, but that's just how I feel. He's still someone's family member, that's my opinion. It was apparent he had mental issues, and as much as anyone that knew him wishes they were capable of helping, he refused it and continued to act in a threatening manner to not just me, but many other people. There's only so much a human can tolerate and absorb before it impacts their own mental health. It's no secret I have my own mental health issues and a problem with not thinking before I speak, but that doesn't make me a malicious person. Ignorant, definitely. Naive, also sure, but malicious, I don't think so. Even in the heat of my emotions being stalked non-stop by him, what I said is something I do regret in the clip that's making it rounds. Now this clip that they're talking about is a clip from one of Minx's streams, which I'll play here.
I think he's just trying to cope because he has nothing left to live for, which I understand because he has none. Starburst, if you support rape and him holding a gun to her head, yeah, I hope he gets help too. And by help, I mean I hope he learns how to tie a noose in a video game.
Now I personally don't see anything wrong with what she said here. It was obviously heat of the moment, and the way people are trying to spin it as if she said that he should go and kill himself is pretty disgusting, really. It's like you're trying to pin the blame on somebody for no reason. The whole situation has been very disgustingly handled, I think. In my own opinion, it's just all wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe that Twomad has done some disgusting, deplorable shit. But until there's actual physical proof here, right? Until any of this paedophile stuff comes out and there's actual proof, maybe cut the family some fucking slack. He's been dead for a couple of days. People are making jokes about it online. It's been handled very unprofessionally. Like, I've just seen constant memes about it all online. Now, this is a young guy who obviously had a lot of fucking issues that needs to be sorted out. And if obviously all this is true, then yeah, sure, he was a piece of shit. No doubt about it. But like Minx has said, and I've also said, the family should be considered here, you know? Maybe forget the whole Twomad situation for a minute and think more about the family. Now, obviously, there's going to be more and more people coming out saying things about Twomad. That's just a given. That's how the world works. It's not just ever just one person. It's going to be multiple people. And it is a shame. It's very upsetting because, like I said, I was a fan of Twomad back in the day. I used to like his shit. I always found him quite funny. And to think he was capable of all this stuff is fucking heartbreaking. And not only that, is he fucking basically just offed himself, you know? No repercussions, no nothing. Of course, it sucks. But I think the way some people are talking about it and the way some people are going around stuff right now is just not the right way to do it. Especially not 10 minutes after the guy has been announced dead. It's just very upsetting. You know, it's... You think you know somebody when you watch their content, and then this sort of shit comes out. You know, it's like, I guess you never really do know anybody. Either way, I thought it was important to talk about, considering I used to be a big fan of Twomads, and now all this shit's come out, and it's kind of gross and also very upsetting. My condolences are with the family, and I hope you all recover soon. Anyway guys, that's the end of this week's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Sorry I've been away for so long. I've had this fucking stinking cough which won't fuck off, but hopefully it does soon. You know, I am still trying to recover. I've been trying to record for the past fucking week. You know, today's the only day I've been able to actually do it, so here we are. But yeah, if you enjoyed this week's video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, it's in the description. I'll see you guys again next week. All right, take it easy guys, see you later.